Meet the Burrells. Daniel, Pippa and Seb are about to have their whole garden re-landscaped and planted by a team of volunteers from the Hillier Gardening Club who have just 10 days to make over this family garden. Hillier have been supporting Wessex Cancer Trust for the last 2 years, and this year they had a special idea.
We decided we would do a garden makeover for one of their clients, and here we are on day one.
2.5-year-old Seb has tumours behind his eyes and has been undergoing treatment for most of his life. With his family packed and off on holiday, it's time for landscaper Mark and his team to start. Currently the garden sits over several levels with uneven surfaces, not ideal for little Seb. The new design plans to transform the garden over 3 new areas. At the back of the garden there'll be a full-width deck and pergola, then a strip of artificial lawn, and finally large shallow steps leading you down to a widened patio around the house.
As you can see, we've got the old wall here. That's going to come down and be replaced with sleepers to try and soften the look of the garden. We're actually going to move it back in places as well to try and increase a little bit more space down here. And also the whole level of the garden is going to be reduced slightly just to make it a little bit safer.
And that lowering of levels means one thing. Over the next 2 days, about 70 tonnes of soil and rubble will be removed to lower the garden. With the garden cleared and levelled, it's time for 10 tonnes of hardcore to go down before the decking starts to be built by volunteers Dave and Ryan. This is going to span the back of the garden and give the family somewhere to eat and entertain. The team are working one of the hottest months of the year so far, so are thrilled when volunteer Rini pops by with some tea and home-baked cake.
I just thought that they might be hungry and fancy a slice of cake.
Banging cake, really good.
Eventually it's back to work and time for the decking and pergola to go in and the sleep wall to go up. This will widen the patio by the house, giving Seb a new place to play. It's halfway through the makeover and the garden is beginning to look less like a building site and more like a garden as the artificial grass and patio are laid. And, as if on cue, the team get a timely treat from the Wessex Cancer Trust team. The visit is a welcome reminder of how important this makeover will mean to the family after all they've been through.
Obviously the effect of having a cancer diagnosis is absolutely massive, and anything we can do to provide support and really care for that individual is utmost importance to Wessex Cancer Trust. So something like a garden makeover today just goes such a long way to make that journey just a little bit easier, and then it creates a space for them to kind of share family moments together, which is really, really important.
With the hard landscaping now completed, now comes the fun bit. Over the next few days, a team of gardening club volunteers are here to help paint, plant and prettify. But first, a shed needs building.
Shed troubles at the minute, yeah.
Is this normal?
No, but we'll work it out. It's, yeah, well, 4 men and an instruction pack. We can't go wrong. Sit it over the edge. That's it.
With the shed still puzzling the team, the volunteers start to paint the pergola.
So all the high level's going to be clay and all the low will be that pale jasmine, all right?
And prepare the raised beds for planting.
Really good thing about doing something like this is although there's clay underneath here, we've been able to take all of the clay out and put in a really nice quality topsoil. So we can put any sort of plant we want in here really that will survive extremely well in that brand new soil. I think one of the key things they'd asked for was things to be sort of reasonably maintenance free. They want to enjoy the garden, not have to work in it a lot. So a lot of the plants we've picked here really fit the sort of modern theme that we have with the garden, and they don't need a significant amount of maintenance.
And finally, the moment everyone's waited for, the delivery of plants from Hillier Nurseries.
At last, we've got some plants, which is great to see. The bit we were all looking forward to.
The front bed is a mix of ornamental grasses like penstemon and steeper, which blend into a bed of light purples like this lavender and matita. And then hotter colours such as crocosmia and rudbeckia are planted around the pergola. And all this work has built up a sweat, so the team are overjoyed by a special princess delivery.
Good, look at this, thank you very much, we'll really appreciate that. They're very hot, it's nice to be visited by princesses. Thank you very much, everybody will really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.
Despite the heat, it's been a fulfilling experience for the volunteers.
Hopefully it'll make such a difference to this family who just have different priorities and would never get round to it.
I thought it was just an opportunity to give something back, and I get a huge amount of pleasure out of gardens, and I thought it'd be really nice for this family to have that experience too.
We've just had our garden made over at home. I've got a young family as well, and I've seen how it's really transformed and brought us together as a family just using the outside space, and I thought it'd be really nice to have that experience for another family.
With the family on their way home, the last few touches are added. Ten days ago, Dan, Pippa and Seb's garden was a series of awkward levels and steps and uneven surfaces and a rather sad looking lawn. Now the garden has been transformed into a tranquil space for the whole family. The widened patio around the house gives Seb an ideal place to play. Shallow steps lead up to a grass and decking area where the whole family can entertain and relax. All that's left is to reveal it to the family, and here to help is ITV Love Your Gardens, David Dominy.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Take a look.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Are you sure this is our garden?
Oh my gosh! It is absolutely. Oh my goodness! Are we in the same place?
This is incredible.
My goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. The steps.
Yeah, look at these. This is amazing.
Oh my gosh, look at the patio. Oh my god, it looks so much bigger.
That is
that is like more than I could have ever imagined. That is absolutely amazing.
So what's this garden going to mean to you?
Oh, just so much. Just the fact that he's got somewhere safe to play, and it's a lovely space to go and enjoy, and to look out and just see. I mean, just the difference it's going to make, like just doing washing up and looking out and seeing this is unreal. And him not tripping over the broken patio. He used to trip over that. Wow.
Because you guys have gone through so much, and what do you think this is going to mean to Seb?
He's going to have the space to enjoy being normal. He's felt we're trying to find our new normal without being in and out of hospitals all the time, and what a place to be able to do that, and to be able to come home after nursery, or and to be able to play here is just incredible, absolutely amazing.
But that's not it. The team have another little surprise for family in the front garden.
We might have done a little something with that as well.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, look at that!
Oh wow! Look at that! What a difference!
This isn't our house.
Oh wow! Oh, how beautiful!
My mind's completely blown. This is just.
Oh my goodness! I love the sleepers and the steps. Oh, before they were literally crumbling apart, and they were almost wobbly, weren't they?
But look at that, that's incredible.
Wow.
The front garden has been transformed to create a safe pathway to the front door, and an Acer emerald lace creates the focal point for a garden edged in box. All that's left is for Seb to finally try out his new garden.
What's behind the new gate? Oh, look!
Seb, look!
Look at all the bugs.
What can you see?
Ladybirds and piggies.
Ladybirds and piggies.
What else?
And a cow and a chicken.
What are these?
Bumblebees.
Bumblebees. Look.
Seb, look.
And look at it. What a fantastic job. In a very short period of time, going through the same elations and hardships and problem solving of creating gardens in small spaces, and I think you've done a marvellous job in creating here. And of course, the garden is so very important for a family, and I think for what they've created here, certainly with young Seb, enabling him to connect with nature, and in this day and age when there's so many computers and technology, getting kids close to plants again and growing herbs, and it's very important. And to highlight and support a family like this, a very deserving family, I think Hillier has done a first-class job.
It's been a week since the garden makeover, and we've been spending every day in the garden and enjoying it. It's made a huge impact on Seb's life. He's already had his friends over to play, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everybody at Hillier's and Wessex Cancer Trust for making this possible.
I have my